Pooch is tired. Let me tell you something. After the road trip, getting home, unpacking, and it looking like it's going to storm, which it could because we need it. But I am pretty much wore out from the weekend. We had us a good time, a lot of folks there, and it was just an enjoyable time, not only spending with others, but just being able to relax and take it easy. And it was awesome. I see here. Let me see who all's in here real quick before I get all kinds of sideways and my mouth running. And you know how Pooch is when his mouth starts running. He's all over the place. But I'm going to start off in here. We got Piggy's Piddles. Howdy, sir. Elaine, welcome to my kitchen. Thank you, folks. I hope you two are doing better. Been fighting them sinuses. Woo. Believe me, I know about that. Score one with the big guy. Welcome in, sir. Brian, Vineyard Farmhouse. Welcome in, sir. Kickapoo Crafty, LaDonna. Welcome in, ma'am. 12 Stones. I see Byron. Made it home safe, too. Good deal. Let's see. Dysfunction Junction Ranch. Welcome in. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Scroll. Heard that? Well, howdy, heard that. Julie, thank you for the wonderful weekend that you, Randy, Tom, and Rhonda put on. It was a good time, and I'm pretty sure I heard it's going to happen again. That's awesome. That is awesome, and Pooch will be there for sure. Score one with the big guy, Kickapoo, Dysfunction. Make sure I'm just scrolling on down through here before I get off on a tangent. Heard that outdoors. Welcome in here, sir. New channel. Sounds great. And I think I got subscribed to it already. I hope so. But if not, I will. That's for sure. And heard that outdoors. Randy had the base camp set up down there on that cove. And you would have thought it was Pooch's base camp. Because that little canopy he had set up is something that Pooch probably ought to own in his own base camp. And we'll just get right on into it. And yes, sir, I told you. Crack that sucker open to keep my old whistle wet. Journey along with Shannon. Welcome in, ma'am. I see no judgment here with Tish Ross. That means Pretty's in here. But we did have a good time. Pretty and I went down there Friday. We didn't get a cabin up close to where everybody was at in the pine cove, but we were only about half a mile up the road at the tall trees. And that little cabin, the Bohemian Bungalow, was a nice, tiny house built just right. And it was fairly new, so that was even better. Well, it was new. You could tell all the groundwork had just recently been done. All the utilities had recently been done, the drive, everything. And it was quite the place, secluded, secured, gated entry. And we really enjoyed that place. It was awesome. Left them a good review. They replied, thanked us, and says, y'all are welcome here anytime. And you're on our list for return customers at a discount. So probably be rolling back up there again sometime just to kick back. But I know for sure Pine Cove Fest comes up again next year. Pretty Pooch should be going there and trying to snag that little cabin because it was off, secluded, so it was pretty nice. Granted, it wasn't right down there with everybody, but you know, it was an easy drive. Drive right up in there with all you folks. No judgment. Let's see. Oh yeah. Pretty's replying to folks. I appreciate her being in here doing that because Pooch doesn't pay that close attention to some of that stuff. But I hear after we left, somebody said that possibly it was beginning to storm out there. So if it did, at least it held out for us because it was nice. It was warm, but it wasn't overly warm like it has been. And I'm pretty sure that in the coming weeks, it's going to be even cooler. And Byron and I didn't get to fish. I had my fishing stuff, but didn't get to fish. Did a lot more glad handing, which is usually, that's even what Pooch partly even pulled his camera out. Because that, to me, I get in there amongst a bunch of people, especially folks that I'm newly met. Of course, I may know them through YouTube, but you don't get them and know them personally. And once you sit down and start talking with folks, that's where the real connections start. So that was really good. Some of the folks I've met at Shoot Dang prior, but to see some of the new folks that I haven't met and just to get to know them eye to eye, personal, makes it even better. And that's really what it's all about. Community and building the relationship with other folks, like-minded folks especially. And especially finding out stuff that you really didn't know. Because Pretty and I know some folks down here from Crowley that Julie and Randy know from Heard That. So that's when you really start thinking it's a small world, but everybody's paths cross at some point, sometime, and then you cross another path with another person, and then you find out, hey, small world it is. Treasure Hunter, how are you doing, sir? Here, hands full. Well, I hope they're not on your back, Neil, because I hear that your back's been killing you, and I hope it gets better. Surely you ain't unloading that loaded trailer. I hope not. I hope not. But I do hope you get better, Neil, because I know what it's like with back pain and trouble. Doesn't feel good at all. JB Conway, I see, mate. Yes, ma'am, sure did. And wished you could have made it down there as well. Because I know I was in Mike and Terry, MT Homestead's live earlier, and they were definitely, right before you come in, they were definitely talking you up, ma'am. But who wouldn't? Lovely lady you are. Yes, ma'am. And 10 Killer. I know somebody was talking about 10 Killer. One of these days, Pooch might show up on your doorstep and get down there and go check the lake out. And he might even pull that boat and get it started for you. And we'll take it out on the lake. I'll do it. Don't be surprised. Adventures with Kenny and Debbie. Welcome in here. Kickapoo. Yep, a lot of folks. But it was a good time, and I looked forward to going down there and just being with all the folks. They had a cool drawing, a lot of stuff given away, and the big thing was a 65-inch TV. Man, I don't know why, but I thought Pooch was going to win it. But I'm happy that T with Tina, won that thing, and it was up for grabs for anybody. I'm not saying Pooch was going to win it, but, for some reason, I had that feeling. I did have that feeling that Pooch might win that thing, but it didn't happen. No big deal. It was still fun. Sit back and watch. Now, Pooch did win a handful of little koozies because Mackenzie, Mike and Terry's granddaughter, she kept coming around that table to me with that basket and telling me to pick one. And I was like, why does she keep coming to me? But evidently, I guess I was winning those things. But I won so many that I was able to give one to each of the persons sitting at the table with me. So that was a good thing. And even, well, I'm sure a lot of you folks have heard that even Jared and Jason showed up, which was a surprise. I don't think Heard That, Tom, Rhonda, Julie, Randy, I don't think y'all had the slightest idea that was going to happen, which nobody did that I know of. But it was a surprise to see them boys down there because you know what? I know they love y'all, and I know y'all love them. Couple good fellers right there for sure. And I don't care what anybody says about them. Those guys are genuine men. And their mom and daddy raised them right. That's for sure. John Wiggs, howdy, sir. Welcome in here. Too bad you didn't come down there because I know we'd have bent each other's ear. Sure would have. But I got all kinds of stickers too. My refrigerator is going to be full with stickers. You know, I kind of been slacking lately too, because usually there for a while I was doing, what was it, Monday or Tuesdays? But I was doing Tuesday sticker placement on the shop fridge. Kind of got away from it. Why, I don't know, because I think my time changed. I went to Thursday, and then also here I am on Sunday. Thursdays is Pretty and Pooch, which Pretty is going to go ship to, I think we're going to alternate Thursday. Pretty, Pooch, no judgment here. So, but I know this Thursday is a no judgment here. And yours truly, Pooch, is going to be interviewed. So if y'all haven't joined and subscribed to No Judgment Here with Tish Ross and Elaine, Elaine, if you're able to, post her link, and feel free to post anybody's link in here and share them out. I got no problem at all sharing other people out. Pooch's subscribers have been climbing as of late, and I know once I get to that 500, I'm going to be sharing like a mug of other folks. That's what we're going to get into, hopefully. But slowly but surely, it's a climbing, and that's cool with me, just the way it's doing it. Because I know a lot of folks go out there, as I've said, and they like to buy these little things to help them grow. I just want to grow on its own, naturally and organic. Because that's when the folks that come in, like all you folks, are pretty steady and consistent, and you keep coming back, and that's how it should be. And I like that. Our Okie Homestead, welcome here. Welcome here. If I didn't catch you already, couldn't remember, I don't think I did, but you're fresh on my mind because I'm looking at your sticker. Sure am. Got it laying right here amongst all the others. Our Okie Homestead, right there. And thank you for the sticker. Pooch didn't take no shirts and stuff this time, but, you know, I wasn't prepared. Didn't have all the stuff here. Didn't really have the time because Pooch has been getting after it at work, and I was just ready to have a break. And I'm actually off all this week, so I got stuff to do around this place as well, and we're going to be getting after it. Pretty's giving me some chores and a wish list, which luckily her and I's wish list usually coincide because we both want it. So that's always good. And we'll just team up and we'll get on it, and we'll knock out some of our wish list, hopefully. If not all this week, at least we'll get a dent in it and get it started. That's for sure. Because we do have some chores around here we want to do and get set up. So, woo, Pooch has got another order of shirts to do. You know, that's crazy how that stuff works. You can do a big batch of t-shirt orders for one of our people that order from us frequently. And there's always that chance. And in this particular customer, pretty much know they're going to throw another order right at you. So pretty soon I'm going to learn from it, and I'm just going to double whatever they order in the first place. That way I don't get hemmed up with having to wait for supplies and stuff coming in. I already have it. That's a little risky, but I think it might work out just fine. At least 10 or 15. Rita's Roost, welcome in, ma'am. But yeah, so Pooch is off work, his day job, but he's going to be killing it on his secondary job, and probably try to get my act straightened up on this third job of YouTubing. Might get another video out this week because it's been tough for Pooch lately. For one, now that the summer's going away, I might be able to get outside and actually accomplish something, but there's always something to do. It's just the time for Pooch to do it. But we'll get after it soon. But I'm hoping and look forward to Thursday's No Judgment Here with Tish. I see a couple comments going on with there. And yep. And I don't know what she's going to do with that, but hopefully you'll probably see a lot of her other videos start showing up on that channel, because, you know, she was doing the radio show where a lot of it, I'm not going to say it was syndicated, and it is out on another YouTube channel. And if you search No Judgment Here, a lot of her past work on the radio will show up in another channel's name under No Judgment Here. But I know on our way home, because it's been turning around in Pretty's head, she kind of wanted to revive her channel. And that's why she renamed it, because it was Tish Ross and Family. But she's changed it back to No Judgment Here. And she's going to try to pull all her past stuff from the prior radio station site and get it back on her channel, because there's some good stuff in there. There is some good stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be some good stuff to come, and I look forward to it. I enjoy seeing and hearing some of her guests. And like Mike and Terry had said earlier, you cannot sit with her and not feel, not the need, but feel the welcome and the genuine and Pretty to want to open up to her. And Pretty's pretty good about asking some questions and getting it out. But like the name says, no judgment here. It works out well, and I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for what she does, and I'm proud of the reputation and the following and the respect that she gets from other folks as well. And they do show her great respect. Good job, baby. Good job. Yes, those are going to be uploaded this week. Sweet. So they'll be, because if you go over there right now, I think when she changed her channel back from Tish Ross, I don't know if she deleted or emptied out the file of stuff that was on there. So I think there may be only one video up on there, but yeah, deep thoughts with Tish. But she did clean house on that channel. So we need to get all those No Judgment Here with Tish Ross back up on there. My throat is dry. And believe it or not, I didn't drink a lot of these out there, so wasn't no need in it. But I sure am thirsty right now. It's probably all that fast talking Pooch is doing. Adventures with Kenny and Debbie. Piddles. My phone changed it. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. But again, Elaine and Piggy, I hope you two folks are feeling better, because I did know that y'all were struggling with some allergies and what. And by golly, what in the Sam Hill's wrong with people trying to run y'all over and run you off the roads? That just ain't cool. And I know Piggy knows how to drive, but still, that just ain't cool. Tristan reacts, hey there, Sonny. Yee, country. That's mine and my son's little reaction with each other. Yee, country. I call him Sonny, and he calls me Sonny. Ain't that right, Sonny? Glad to see you in here, too. I don't know if he's working or not. He was, but if he's at work, he's getting a watch, which is cool. I'm glad. But, yep. And then that power line. Boy, Piggy, you had me worried there a little bit. Folding out that aluminum ladder and trying to climb up that wall. I know you know and knew better, but I dang near called Elaine and says, get him off that ladder, away from that electricity. Because I've seen some bad things happen with stuff like that. What was funny was that school bus driver started minding that. Uh-oh, yeah. A school bus driver didn't even yield right away to you either, did he? That's what's even crazier. Trust me, Pooch, I was well aware of where I was with that. Thank goodness, Piggy. I'm glad you were, because that just, it did. It had Pooch a little spooked there a little bit. But I know you're like me, and you're going to get a hold of it, and you're going to fix it and be done with it. All freed up, treasure hunter. Good deal. Hopefully you didn't wear yourself out. And Beth, if you're in here, welcome in, ma'am. I know she's usually close by, but I'm sure she is. But I was hoping to see you folks pull up out there. I know you had mentioned it maybe, but I know with the kind of work you do, there's no telling where you're at. But I hope you're on your way home so you can get laid up for a little bit. May not want to be, but ain't nothing like resting and recouping in your own bed in your own environment. See, I know how to change light switches and electrical outlets without burning all the power. You get with that? Oh yeah, I wire stuff hot all the time. I tell you what though, I about lit myself up one time when I was on the roof and messing with the 3-phase 460 in the middle of the summer by myself on a hospital building, and changed out a contactor in one of these big air handlers. And of course, I got a phone call, and I'd already changed the contactor out. I'd already tightened up all the lugs, and I'd even kicked the power back on that thing. But of course, I'd got a phone call, got distracted, got to talking. And again, it was the middle of August, probably 108, 114 on the roof, sweating like a man. I was sweating. As soon as I hung that phone up, I took my screwdriver and I rammed it in that lug on that contactor. And of course, it was lit up. And of course, all I heard was a saw a white flash. Luckily, I was using a Klein screwdriver, insulated and ready for that kind. Well, ain't nothing really ready for 460, 480, but I melted the tip off that screwdriver, and it's a good thing I was able to let go of that sucker. But I jerked off of it just as soon as it did it, for sure. But just grateful it wasn't a conductor to that electricity, because probably nobody knew I was up there, and I wouldn't have been missed until supper time was called probably. And my wife would have been thinking, where in the heck's he at? Because he don't miss supper. But yeah, tell you what, taught me a valuable lesson right then. Anytime I am working on something, especially high voltage electricity, phone calls can wait. I ain't jacking or doing, almost like driving when you're driving. No sense, even with hands-free Bluetooth. Really no sense in getting distracted by that stuff, because you can be distracted as well with Bluetooth. But texting is the worst. And I'm not going to say I'm perfect and I don't do it, but I do it. But I've also caught myself dang near causing some mayhem or not paying attention and running into some mayhem. So yeah, I am sorry, Neil. I am sorry, sir. Hopefully you can get home though, if you're not close, and get some meds, get some rest, and go horizontal for a bit. Although sometimes it hurts just as bad to lay horizontal on your back or on your belly. I know I really can't lay on my stomach. It's almost like I lay on my stomach and my back goes like that, and it's really pinching some nerves then. Woo! But I do hope you get better, sir. Hopefully it passes soon. Yeah. Pooch, you did that and you calling me out? Hey, it was a lesson learned, and I just had a flashback. I just had to call you, Peggy. I wasn't calling you out, but it scared me a little, because you probably got 220 running into there on that line to that house and that meter. But that's crazy. So somebody on a tractor ran up the guy wire, huh? And about ripped everything off your house. Hopefully that guy had some insurance, because I know that stuff ain't cheap. Replace that rain guard or rain head and all of that on top of there, because the pictures I saw looked like it dang near did. Scared me too. Well, boy, I'm sorry, Elaine. I got a little singed by a hunter once. We lost my reminders as well. Yep. Dang right. But anyway, get back to rolling along with here. Halloween's coming, Thanksgiving's coming, and then Christmas. Can you believe this year is flying by like it is? Good Lord. That was another good thing about being able to take this week off, because I still got time I'm going to have to use by the end of the year, and it's use it or lose it. But luckily, I was able to use a week a couple weeks back because Pooch was sick. And that's how I know how, well, I wasn't down with my back, but I was under the weather for sure. And I felt like crap that week. And it all started probably back in July. And it's all unfolded with all you folks watching. First the heat, then the blood pressure, then the cholesterol, and then just being sick. Dang, sucks getting old, because it all starts hitting at once. And say a prayer for my stepmother. She had her a little surgery done Friday, but they had found a growth and a tumor in one of her breasts, but they went and got it out. They're pretty sure they got it all out. So tomorrow she goes to the doctor, and they're going to determine the course of treatment, either chemo or radiation. But they're pretty confident she's going to be A-okay. And I hope so as well. Not only that, she lost her sister Friday. Older sister too. Passed away. Health issues. So, things happen in his life, but it's still sad, and it causes a lot of hurt for folks and families. But just say a prayer. Keep her in your prayer, and also we love her and thinking about her. I'm going to go see my dad tomorrow. He called, or I called him today. And of course, they're always going to have a little chore, little project for you to do. Between me and my brother, we're who he calls. So I got to go over there and do my sonly deed to my dad. I'm going to go take care of whatever he needs for him. It's the right thing to do. It's nothing major, but I know he feels good knowing that he can call one of his boys over, and they'll be right over and take care of it for him, because he's done a lot of that for us growing up as well, until we got wise enough and smart enough to know take care of it ourselves, which we were raised that way. But it's a good thing to return the favor to your folks if you can. See, that's exactly what I'm going to go do tomorrow, and take care of Pop or Dad and Walita. Get whatever he's needing on his little bucket list taken care of. That way it'll keep Walita off his backside too. Simply Jane Homestead. There she is. Howdy, howdy, ma'am. Glad to see you've made it in here. But I know I've seen you in some others earlier. I've made the rounds earlier in some lives. Out there where we were at, reception sucked. I couldn't watch nothing. Good thing I had my hotspot with me back at the cabin, because Pretty and I was able to hook it up to the TV and watch Netflix and whatever. But phone reception, it was gosh awful. I don't know how some of you folks got some lives off out there, but I know my AT&T service wasn't all that hot. I dang sure wouldn't have been able to do a live. I couldn't even watch other people's. So, which made it which is okay. You go out there to get away from that stuff. But I know Pretty and I spent some time watching the Jeffrey Dahmer deal on Netflix. If y'all ain't watched that, of course, I'm sure a lot of y'all know how that fool was in his ways. You ought to go watch it. I just sit there and try to figure out what happens to people and in their brain and in their mind to make them want or do some of the stuff that they do and get off on it. I have no idea. But they are, and there is, some sick, twisted individuals in this world, for sure. Man, they are. And you think you've seen it all, or think one's worse than the other? No. Somebody else come along and prove it wrong. Because I've witnessed quite a few different folks. and seen them and thinking, good Lord, what in the world? Definitely got some screws loose. But somebody else would come along later and amaze me even more. It is crazy. Crazy stuff for sure. But anyway, I'm just glad to be back. And I didn't record a whole lot while I was out there. I did a little bit, and I will probably edit and get it up later on this week. But again, my thing is I'd rather spend time talking and chatting it up with folks than having a camera stuck in their face. Just I don't, and it's okay, and I know it's okay because that's what YouTubers do. But I'm more interested in meeting on a personal level and talking, and then run around with the camera, because I'm sure a lot of folks that do this, you're in front of it all the time anyway, and especially when Jared and Jason showed up, just to me, it's just a respectful thing. I wasn't gonna blindside them with camera in their face. I enjoy the conversation with the two of them more than anything, so that's even better, and that's what I like about it. Even at shoot dang, but very good to be able to conversate with those two guys. And Byron was doing the same. It was good enough to have them sit at the table with us. But even with other folks out there, I mean, like I said, I got a ton of stickers, got to talk. Of course, I've seen their channels, but got to talk to them as a person, not somebody behind a camera putting on a show. And, because a lot of us that put on these, there's a lot of folks out there that portray different. But I know for a fact that most of us in this group, in the community that we're all in this one, we're all real and we're all genuine, which is awesome. It's what I like about it. Very much like that aspect of being awesome, genuine, and real. Ain't going to be nobody you're not. It ain't trying to be nobody you're not. No matter how big or how small you are, we're all genuine, real folk. But yes, and I learned that at the first one too, and definitely want to get my stickers up on my wall. I was thinking right before this show, thinking, dang, I should have, even though I am putting them on my shop fridge, I should have made me a board in here and made a sticker board. That way all you folks could still see them. But, I don't mind walking out. Sometimes I'm out in the shop and taking folks on a journey. And you'll see them out there for sure. Not Journey Along with Journey Along with Shannon needing to cut out of here. If you are, ma'am, have a good evening, and thanks for stopping by. Yep, thanks. And tell your mama howdy. It was nice to meet her too, Shannon. And 12 Stones is in here. I did get his little magnetics. Got that, which is cool. But next time, Actually, I was talking to Byron about that, me wanting to make a new logo for some new shirts for myself. I'm trying to come up with a Brandon Iron type logo. Sooner or later, I'll get it done. I need to get some shirts and put it up on our website somewhere, because I don't think I've even put anything on there as far as FBC hats and shirts, because I ran through those things and sold them all and got rid of them all. And I do need to get some more up on there and some new stuff. I know Pretty posts some stuff, new shirts, Halloween ones. And, sometimes it's just kind of hard to keep up. And you get more to keep up with, it's harder to do. But we probably need to pay a little more attention to our website and update it a little bit, because it's probably sitting in the same status, and some of the stuff that's on it we probably don't even have anymore. Sometimes I'm thinking, do we need that other website? We can just post it on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. But sure as heck, cut it down, and then I'll want it back, and we'll have to rebuild the whole thing again. And it ain't fun or easy trying to build those websites up, or your storefront, or any of it. Time consuming, yes, but if you delete it and close it out, and then you want to go back to it, you got to start all over. I'm sorry, Treasure Hunter. No, Jen barely made it home. I'm hurting. Well, I'm glad you're home, Neil. Now we know you're at home, so that's a good thing. Try to get a little bit of rest, some painkillers or something. I know Pooch used to have to go through injections. I'd go get steroid injections 3-4 times a year. Did they help? Briefly, but going to Dr. Tuesday. But I've turned down being fused in my L4 or T1, but I am fused C4, 5, and 6. And if I'd known the stuff I deal with now, I wouldn't have had that done because I lost a lot of mobility in the neck. It did take away the burning and the stinging and the all that stuff in the arm, but did lose mobility. And that's when I thought, I will not let you cut on my back for sure. I'll do the shots, but I finally grew out of even doing that and just I don't even like taking medication. So I finally got out of it, taking the meds and getting the steroid shots. So I usually know my limits, what I can do and can't do without hurting myself any further. So I do push it sometimes and I pay for it, but not as bad as it used to be. At Big Dreams, Tiny Budget, welcome in here. Might be a new one there. If you are, thanks for joining us. And if you're not, thanks for coming in. Oh, sweet. Listening while you're cooking dinner. Well, that's great because Pooch is hungry and I probably need to get out of here when I do and cook us some dinner. That's funny when you go out of town and whatever. We had everything we needed, but it's like Pretty and I didn't really eat a whole lot. I mean, we just kind of kicked back and chilled, and we had a grill. We had taken plenty of food to cook on the grill. They had food down there at the Cove. Randy was cooking hot dogs and burgers and all of that. The restaurant was right there, but I don't know. Didn't quite eat a whole bunch, but so I got stuff I brought home that I need to cook before it goes bad. Because I sure as heck don't want to waste it. That's for sure. I did cook some chicken on the grill out there for Pretty and I, and that's pretty good stuff, if I say so myself. I didn't take the rub with me, Elaine, but I found this marinade stuff in a bag. It said rip it, put the meat in, marinate it, then cook it. And it was pretty good stuff, I must say. It was easy because I didn't have to carry and buy all that stuff and take it with me. I just bought that bag and threw that chicken in there, let it marinate, and then cooked it. Good stuff. It was very good stuff. To all in chat. Oh, howdy. But yeah, welcome in here. Big Dream, Tiny Budget. We all got those because that's the way Pooch rolls too. I got big dreams and big want tos, but got that tiny, what's it called? Champagne on a beer budget. Yeah, I do stretch it on my beer just a little bit. Try to get out and get something. What was it? Love Marin. I don't remember what it was. I'll find out, but it was good. I saw it in the store, and it was pre-mixed marinade in a bag, and it was like a Ziploc bag. You open it up. I think it said it would handle 2 pounds of meat. Throw the meat in there, seal it, throw it in the fridge for an hour, and then get it out and use it. And it was really good. I was surprised because usually, I don't know if it was McCormick. I don't think it was a McCormick brand, but it was good stuff. I know plenty that had champagne taste and had a beer water budget. Right? Oh man, I think we've all had that at some times. I know Pooch has. Pooch always wants something he can't afford. And back when I was younger, like an idiot, I'd get it and then struggle with trying to make the payments on them. I think we gave that story not too long ago, Pretty did, about Pooch thinking I had to have a new truck every couple years. I'd get a truck have it 2 years, 3 years, go trade it in and get another one. Never got nowhere with them. I think I might have paid 1 or 2 of them off in a time frame. But like my truck now, that thing's been paid for about 4 years, I think. I know Pretty and I was trying to think, but it's been about 4 years or more or so, 5. And it's been nice. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Runs good, drives good, looks good. There's no need in me going and buying a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 truck right now. Because I sure as heck don't want the payments, especially at the rates they're going right now and the bank loans and all that crap. Man, and we ain't seen nothing yet. I'm still thinking and know that we're in a world of hurt. This economy is about to collapse and just, we're in bad shape, man. We are in bad shape. Hopefully some of us are prepared, or hopefully all of us are prepared for it, but it sure don't look good. And I ain't going to buy crap right now, especially in these times, vehicle-wise, the way they've got those things marked up 20, 30, 40%, and then stick you with even somebody with good credit, you go in there, you're still getting a 4% APR on that stuff. No, sir, I am not. I like it better when you can go get a 0 APR. That's what I'm talking about. And that's probably, it'll have to be that again before I sign on anything. I better get a 0% interest. Jailbait Tackle, welcome in, sir. Coming in here. But would Pooch like a new truck? Heck yeah. Would Pooch like to get Pretty a new car? Heck yeah. But not right now. We're going to wait. We're going to see if their bottom falls out and they start liquidating their stuff because they can't sell it and get it below. Because Pooch is a good negotiator. Pooch will beat them down at the negotiating table and usually get it to where I want it. We'll just, because you know what? There's somebody down the road that'll sell it that's going to get rid of it too. And that's usually how I play my game. I got more than one place in mind, and I'm working 2 or 3 different spots at the same time. I just want to see who gives. And usually the other 2 will call back willing for what you were working for. And it's always nice to tell them, sorry, I already bought it somewhere else. That usually, that burns their butts a little bit, and it should. No judgment here with Tish Ross. I just did a video. Can you contact me with an email address, please? Sweet. Let's see. Mike, that is when you have to take a loan out on your home. If by some way it is paid on off. That is what I did. Yeah. Well, heck yeah. I don't know. I think I'm understanding what you're saying. Took a loan out on your home. But people do what they got to do. That way you can pay cash for something. But a lot of times it ain't always the best way to pay cash for anything. You won't get your money tied up in that kind of rigmarole because you might need it for something serious. It's always best to try to have a little bit stashed somewhere. And these times it's hard to keep stuff stashed. Even if you keep a little pocket change stashed in your house, but woo, times are tough, and I hadn't even bothered looking at my 401k or other investment stuff because I know where it's gone. It's tanked. But like my daddy taught me, leave it alone, forget about it. Yep, it may look bad, but it'll come back. Hopefully, and keep buying during them bad times if you can, because buying it cheap, then all of a sudden it skyrockets. That's where you make your money. It sucks, but because I don't even know. I don't even want to think about it because I'm quite certain, not quite certain. I know everything's taking a hard hit, and it's going downhill quick. It's liable to bottom out. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, that's for sure, if they haven't already. And that's why I don't gamble. Well, I say I don't gamble, playing the stock market and your 401ks and all that, that's pretty much gambling, because look at the time we're in right now. It wouldn't have done no good to yank all that stuff out, because I'd have probably blew it on something then. Because Pooch wants a new shop. Pooch is out. Is it raining? By golly, it's raining out here. I thought I heard it raining. I knew I should have got out and mowed as soon as I pulled in the drive when we got home earlier. Wow, it's about to fall out too. It sounds like, or it is. That's crazy. We need it though. We need it. House is paid off, land's paid off, and both cars paid off. I don't want any more payments. I know that. Hopefully me and Pretty get this place paid off quick. I know that's what I really need to buckle down on and focus is to get this place paid off quick. And screw everything else, because we're in our mid-50s, and I don't want to be having to work when I'm old and retired. I don't want to have to work. Definitely not. So, Pretty, we need to change our game plan. We're trying anyway. We're doing good. So, but be nice. Boy, I ain't kidding you. That rain is getting it all of a sudden. I knew when I came in here it was looking pretty cloudy. Uh-oh. Let's see what she got to say. Bueno.
It's pouring down rain.
I know it. It is. It is pouring down rain. I was like, good Lord, what is going on?
Yeah, well, I was just calling to let everybody know to tune in on Thursday on my channel, No Judgment, here with Tish Ross. I know that you gave a really nice plug, and I appreciate that, babe. But I want to let everybody know that at 7 o'clock on Thursday, I'm going to be interviewing Mike, aka Pooch, but in a completely different way that you see him on right now, and that you see him on Pretty and Pooch. For those of you that don't know, excuse me, I'm recovering, but for those of you that don't know, Mike is going to talk about we're going to be talking about mental health. His wife was bipolar, and she was depressed. She was a manic depressant, and she committed suicide. She lost her life to suicide, and she jumped to her death, and Mike's going to talk about that. We're also going to discuss the loss of Mike's biological son, my stepson, Ben, and how that impacts him and how it impacted us in our marriage. And you're going to see just a whole different side to Mike than you've ever seen before. And I'm honored to get to have him come on my show and interview him. And like Mike said, right now, if you go to my channel, there's only one video up. And that is because I cleaned up all the other videos. I removed them. It was named had a different name to it, but I decided to bring my podcast radio show back, and still doing my radio show on Monday nights on JoCo, but this week the radio show at JoCo, the radio station, is going to be uploading all of my past shows to my channel, so you'll be able to enjoy those there. A lot of really great guests with a lot of great stories. So anyway, I just invite you guys all to subscribe to my channel, and again, there's only one video there, so it is the right channel, but to really tune in, because Mike is going to share a lot about his past, and we will talk about how the loss of our son impacted our future, our marriage, and how we worked together so that it wouldn't impact our future in a negative way. It's always going to have an impact, but we're working hard so that it doesn't impact us in a negative way, because it can. So anyways, just wanted to invite everybody Thursday at 7. No judgment here. And babe, I appreciate your plug, and I appreciate all your sweet words, and I love you.
I love you too. And everybody else does too. It's all I heard. Where's Pretty? Where's Pretty? I'm like, hey, this is Pooch.
Yeah, I was still kind of recovering from a head cold, as you can probably tell, and just decided just to stay in and keep, not.
Oh yeah, I know. They knew, babe. I told them everything was cool.
But I appreciate everybody. It was wonderful to meet everyone. But I just want to call in and invite everybody to come on 7 so they can hear you.
Yep, please do. Please come over. And all right, babe. I'll see you.
All right.
I'll make a dash for the house here in a bit once all this is over, and hopefully I don't get struck by lightning.
I hope not either. Oh my gosh. All right.
All right, baby. Bye.
Bye.
But yep, folks, if you can get over there, I'm pretty sure the link's been posted for No Judgment here. And yes, Pretty's going to interview Pooch. I'm an open book. I'm okay talking about it. Not only talking about it helps, but it also hopefully will help someone else out there that has gone through, because I know I'm not the only one that's gone through this. Other folks have as well. But just talking about it, letting other people hear, someone in the same predicament or has gone through the same, being able to talk about it, hopefully it helps them, because it does help those that are and will talk about it. At least it does for me, because there's all kinds of different things and ways you could have handled stuff like that. A lot of it ain't good, and it'll only drag you down and put you in a deeper hole. And that's not Pooch. Pooch ain't that kind of guy. But believe you me, I could have chose to go that way, but I didn't, thank goodness. And most of all, thank goodness for my Pretty, because she was there and she carried Pooch for a while. So I definitely thank her for that. And for her. Y'all hear more on that, but we all were hurting during those times. But it's all good. And hopefully you folks tune in and listen. Heard that outdoors high. Okay, yeah. See, get back to some of my, boy, it was pouring down right here. It was really getting it, and that stuff came out of nowhere. And I did see that it poured down at the lake earlier. Pooch, is it a shower for you going into? Heck yeah, it will be, because the house is back over there, and I'm out here in the little shop. So I still got to go close the big shop and all of that. Everything around here is spread out, which is cool. But that's why I'm saying I'm outgrowing this shop. This is a little sweatshop, or it's at least what it was put out here for. This building that I'm in was a shed, and converted it into a studio, a sweatshop. Because as you can see, heat presses back there, all kinds of stuff over this way, all for shirts and hats and doing that kind of stuff. But then it got growing, more equipment bought, vinyl cutters, inventory shelves with racks of t-shirts and all kinds of crap over there, as well as all these cameras and YouTube and stuff. So something's got to give. Now, I wasn't wanting to enclose none of the big shop, because that's where all tractors and mechanic and stuff goes on. A man don't want to lose his workspace. Go figure. So I might need to get another shop and turn it into either a bigger sweatshop and just make this little building our little YouTube studio, because we're working on some stuff for that too, especially with Pretty wanting to do more of her shows and interviews. It'd be nice just to have folks come right on in here, make them feel at home, and have a nice interview, a table, podcast, and all right here from this little building right here. You never know. Again, big champagne dreams on a beer, or as Elaine said it, a water budget. Boy, because Pooch is prone to operate like that sometimes. As bad as I hate to admit it, but got to have a he shed, and that is true. And Pretty will say that I got 2 he sheds because of this one and the other one. But this one is ours. Well, both of them are ours if you get down to it. But man don't like his tools and toolboxes and power tools, and you need room to throw stuff and spread stuff out, take stuff apart, lay it out, put it over here. So yeah. But I don't mind this little shop either, because that's a good, this t-shirt stuff, and I know I've said it 100,000 times, but this t-shirt business and all of this stuff here is mine and Tish's afterlife business, or after work life business. This is what we'll be doing. Hopefully be doing YouTubing too, but this is what we'll be doing afterwards. This is how we'll try to make a majority of our side money when we are retired. And you know, it can be profitable because we turn stuff down sometimes now. We'd like to do it, but we don't like working 24/8 or 25/8 366. You got to have a break sometimes, because it can definitely get you there. My throat is dry. Pooch, I just figured out your logo. The orange part is a mask. Golly. Yeah, actually, well, yeah, a mask, a bandana. A lot of people have said they like that logo. 25/8 366, Linda. That's when you're at it, burning the candle at both ends. But yeah, let me see here. I know maybe a little easier to see that. Well, I know you can see that one back there pretty well, but if you think about the name, Full Blown Country, and that's a bandana around his face, and the hat, and if you look at the hat and how it's kind of, that's because it's blowing in the wind. That cowboy's on a horse flying down the trail, and he's full blown. He's full blown country. At least that was my idea when I made it. And you know, that was pretty cool. And a lot of people like that logo, and they ask me about it all the time. Even Jared and Jason. They've said it before, but even this weekend, they were saying that they really like. And you know what? I meant to say something to Jared, because when I'd given him the stickers, I told him, you need to put this on your trailer door, his little camper. He goes, shoot, I'm gonna put it on my leg. That's gonna be some good advertisement for you. And I was like, of course I laughed, but I would be blown away if he did. If he puts it on his prosthetic leg one day. Wouldn't be surprised if he did, but that would be awesome if he did. I wear my shirt a lot. Thank you, ma'am. You know, a lot of people do wear that shirt. A lot of folks out there, I do see them wearing my shirts and wearing my hats. I probably need to upgrade them too, actually, because I'm sure they've wore out. And I handed a bunch out at Shoot Dang. But I do need to do it again. And I did get some new stickers. I was handing those out the other day, or actually this weekend. But yeah, I do need to get some more stickers. And Piggy wears his FBC hat all the time. And I know Treasure Hunter does too. I know Come On does. I know I see Corey and Cynthia wearing them all the time. And I've seen Jared and Jason and Danielle wear them, which is pretty awesome. Not that I expected them to, but, you know, just a nice gesture. But I do need to get some more out there, made up, sent out for some of you folks as well. And I will soon. But I'm watching that clock, folks, because it is 8 o'clock. Pooch has got a chore to do for his daddy tomorrow. Pooch has got plenty of chores to do around here tomorrow. Actually, all week. And I'm hearing that thunder. I don't know if y'all hear that. And there's a little bit of break in the rain. So Pooch's going to have to hightail it here in a bit from the shop to the house and getting there where he don't get trapped out here. Then I'll have to get the old hammock and just sleep on the porch. Which I don't mind that either. It'd probably be nice. But anyway, folks, so happy you guys had come in. Heard that outdoors. Randy and Julie. Again, thank y'all so much for the good weekend, fun weekend, and it was awesome. Hope to see y'all again soon. Everyone else, glad to see y'all. Neil, get better, sir. Hope you do. Lane and Piggy, Brian. Yep, Brian. He'll be wearing it. I'm actually wearing an MT Homestead right now. Mike and Terry. And I even got another cup from him, which is cool. And he said, be sure and drink your coffee from it. So I'm going to have to do that. But everyone, JB, and I ain't got no excuse. I sure don't. Hold on a second. And I hope you forgive me. This box right here is yours, ma'am. And it's been sitting here, and I just haven't put a label on it and sent it to you. So please forgive me. And I know you know what's in it, and it's my fault. I don't have an excuse. So if I do come up and see you, or if we do run into each other, because I'll get this to you, but you need to drop kick me in my butt, because that's nothing but my fault right there. And even, I know you had mentioned the other day about for the other man, I'm going to send him one too. So love that man, dog man. But anyway, folks, I appreciate y'all getting in here. Pooch got to get busy and send that. I know I do. Pretty took care of it the last time. I just wasn't quite ready to finish with that one. But I'll make it up to you, JB. I'm probably going to have to cut it open and put something else in it. But, folks, thank you all. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I hope you all have a good week. Until we see you again, don't forget, Thursday, No Judgment Here with Tish Ross. Pooch is going to be on there. So y'all tune in and listen up. You'll see another side of Pooch. Just like I told Mike and Terry, Pooch is full-blown country's alter ego. Go figure. Hey, but it works. But everybody needs a friend named Pooch, and they call me Pooch. We'll see y'all again. Thank you.